Hello and welcome back to my channel. I feel like I'm about to interview you or you're about to interview me. My name is Millie. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I have a small business called Millie Frilly Frills that I started just in January of this year, and I make and sell handmade items. It started off with crochet bags and now it's gone into lots of different things. Keeping with we still have crochet bags. Anyway, I started doing craft markets and I have been documenting them alongside my weekly vlogs since. So I show you what I'm taking and what my booth setup looks like, and then what I actually end up selling, if I make any money, how much it costs to be there, etc. I don't give a full inventory at the start of each of these videos because it would be very long and repetitive, but if you go back to my first market video, I show everything that I'm taking, and then across each market video I show any extras on top of those things that I'm taking. My extra that is different from my last market is these little eggs. They're basically just sewn flat like egg pockets, so you can put a sweet in. I'm going to be selling these for £2 or 3 for £5 with the sweet in, but they will have 2 sweets in for this one, but I haven't got enough sweets right now, so just need to get some more, aka ask my boyfriend to get some on the way home and then fill them up ready for tomorrow. These came about because my sister wanted some plastic eggs for my nephew's Easter egg hunt, and I said, why don't I try and make these? And then I thought, oh, I could try and sell some of these at a market. That was like 2 days ago. If you're watching the weekly vlog, you might have seen that. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, and they're all made out of fabric scraps. The spotty ones are probably my favourite. I think they work the best. And then there's these spots as well. My way of displaying these is from a box that was going to go in the recycling. So Archie, my boyfriend, bought himself a new toothbrush and we still had the box. So this is one half of the box and then the inside bit that had the toothbrush in. So what I'm going to do, I've got the box, and then I'm going to put that on top, and then I'm going to just like put a few stuff like that at the front of my display, and then probably just put like the rest around. I kind of usually just wing these things and hope for the best, and as always I just make my signs with acrylic paint pens and cardboard or card. So I've just done that ready for tomorrow. So yes, I don't even know if I said that, but today is Friday and the market is tomorrow. It's a market that I've done before. When I initially booked it, I booked both dates together. So it's at a farm. It's a really, really pretty kind of venue, and you're in the barn of the venue. Last time I did it, Archie was with me. This time I'm going solo, but I know that a couple of my family are coming to say hello, which will be nice. I'll leave that here for today. Just got to put everything in the bag and put it in the car, and I'll see you tomorrow. Car is unloaded, just parked up, and now time to go and set up. Let's go. Market is done. I'm so hot. Everyone started packing up early at maybe like 2:30, so I followed suit and did the same. So it's 3 o'clock and I'm packed up in the car, ready, ready to go home. I'm so warm. Overall, auntie and uncle came to see me and say hello, which was so nice. We had a chat for a while. I'll give you a full rundown when I get home. I am really warm because it's like under a barn, so like the barn got really warm. Going to, I did kind of wanna go to Hobbycraft because there's one on the way home, but I can't be bothered. I just want to get home to Lottie, and then I'm gonna go on a nice little walk with her. Anyway, I'm babbling on. I'll catch up with you soon. On the market, I still feel really hot. Like, you can see my cheeks like really flushed. Oh, that's so cold. Feels so nice. Home and ready to talk about the market. But first, cheers. Oh, Lottie's also just having a drink. Can you hear her slurping away? She's thirsty. You done? So, the market today, as I've said, it was at the farm where I've previously done a market. It was quite quiet. It was more quiet than last time, which was surprising because you'd think it would have been busier because it's like nicer weather and it's Easter holidays, but then maybe that makes a difference because everyone's busier like during the week of the Easter holidays or people go away. I don't know. Yeah, it was quite quiet, wasn't it, Lottie? She doesn't know, she wasn't there. I do feel like I had a good day. I spoke to probably more people than I would maybe usually speak to, which was really nice. And one girl that I spoke to, she is doing the same market as me in a couple weeks, so that's really nice. None of the eggs sold, so that's fine. I won't need to make any more next week. They will all be going for my nephew's Easter egg hunt. I have a new product idea, something that I have been thinking about for a while. That is a pencil case slash glasses case slash crochet hook case kind of thing, because a lady was looking at my stuff and she said, do you have any glasses case, like anything to put your glasses in? She was like, because sometimes like when you put the hard one in your bag, like it takes up too much space. And I was like, that is so true. I think I'm gonna give that a go, because it will be quite simple, because it would just be the same as my coin purses that I make anyway, but different shape. As I said, my auntie and uncle came and said hello, which was really nice. But overall, it was a good day. It was only 10 to 3, so not that long. I sat and did some crochet whilst I was there, and it was like you're covered in a barn but you're still getting like the breeze from outside, so it's quite nice and like a fresh day, if you know what I mean. I think I'm so hot because on top it was kind of like not glass but kind of like glass or like a plastic film bit, so it was a bit like being in a greenhouse, and the aircon on my car's broke, so driving home I was still like really hot. I was just down in water. Anyway, shall we get on to talk about what sold, how much I made, etc. So the booth fee was £30, kind of average I guess for the prices that I have been paying. And the last 2 videos of these that I've done, I have either made very minimal sales or no sales, so I haven't had to consult with a list of my sales. Cash transactions, I did scrunchie for £4, another scrunchie for £4, and then a coin purse for £10. One of those scrunchies, the lady, it was an older lady, I think with her daughter and then her granddaughter, and she was the sweetest lady. She was buying the scrunchie because her husband's physiotherapist said to him like to do that kind of movement with an elastic band, and they were like, well, where, like, do I get an elastic band from or something? And she said, oh, you could use a hairband. So she was like testing out the scrunchie to see if it had like enough movement and resistance for him to be able to like do that movement with. That made my day. So in total that is £18. with cash. And then on card, we did. I made my beer feedback within the first hour, which was so nice, just to know that I'd at least done that, and then everything else was profit. And the lady that bought stuff right at the beginning, she said she'd seen my stuff on Facebook. Not on Facebook, I don't use Facebook for this, on Instagram when looking beforehand, so that was nice. First transaction, denim pocket pouch and a coin purse, so that comes to £22. A wristlet for £12, and then 2 regular scrunchies for £8. That was everything, so that brings my total today to £60. Future me just jumping on here to say that my friend messaged me and said that she did want to come to the market but she couldn't make it, and she wanted to buy a scrunchie, so she has just bought one off me and she's going to come and collect it. So she sent me the money for this one, which was really nice of her. But I am including that in my market total because I can. So I'm going to say that that is £66 for that market. My profit, if you don't take into consideration my materials, my time, etc, etc, profit £30, which, you know, isn't the best, isn't amazing, isn't a sustainable way to make money, but it is a number that I'm happy with, considering, very happy with actually, considering the market was quiet, and looking back on like the other markets and how I've done, I'm happy with how this one went. I watch a lot of these videos on YouTube and people make like so much money. Some people make a lot of money like in one day. Anyone else's dog just used to sit in the most awkward places. First market video that I made, sorry, I had a parcel. So my first market video that I made was, my first market that I did and the first market video that I made, I spoke about how I think I made about £70, and I was like, so bad, blah 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 blah. Albeit like 20 something of that was family buy-in, and in my head I felt like, although that counts and I'm so grateful, I felt like it wasn't reflective of how I actually did, because I don't know, like wasn't reflective of how I would sell consistently at markets, even though it changes each time and whatever. But that market has gone on to be like I think my highest selling one so far. But that one was a long day, and for the footfall of being in the shopping centre. Anyway, that was that video. Obviously, like with time and experience, like your perspective on things shifts and stuff. Overall, I'm happy with how today went. I have another market in a couple weeks in a new place that I've never been before. So I'll leave that video here. If anyone has any advice or input for my markets, my displays, my items, please feel free to let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to follow along on my small business journey, then please do subscribe and follow me on my other social media platforms. Check out my Etsy, always linked in my link tree below. So yes, thank you so much for watching.